So what I want to say is, let me get my Bible so that I can read this to you. But it says in here, and I believe it's in, it's either in Galatians 4 or it's in 1 Timothy chapter 4. Or 2 Timothy 4, let's see. Okay, here we go. It's in 2 Timothy chapter 2. Proclaim the word, be urgent in season, out of season, reprove, warn, appeal with all patience and teaching. That's what I'm doing right now for you. For there shall be a time that we're in right now when they shall not bear sound teaching, but according to their own desires, they shall heap up for themselves teachers tickling their ears. Teachers telling everybody what they want to hear. And if you notice, a lot of the churches are all about follow this or follow that, or like everything they talk about is to satisfy the flesh. They do this and you'll feel good and your family and your life will be good. It's a lie. And you can know that it's a lie because none of what they say works. It doesn't work. You feel good in the moment, you go home and you feel the exact same. And it also says in verse 4, and they shall indeed turn their ears away from the truth and be turned aside to myths. What does that word myth mean? It means lies. What is Santa Claus? And what is Easter? And all of these things that have nothing to do with Yeshua. I'm here to tell you today that these myths that people are turning to, that these teachers are talking about, are mixing these holidays with God's holy name, Yeshua. And I'm telling you, He's not happy about it. He is furious. He did not send His Son to be slaughtered on a cross and beaten to death and to give up His life so that we and the people of this world could decide to run back to paganism that comes from the Romans and from Babylon and Egypt, and say that basically if you're celebrating these, you are worshiping Satan himself. Think about where a large portion of your money goes to. Just think about it throughout the year. What do you spend a lot of your money on? Holidays. And I know it seems like it might be like just a religious thing, like, oh, well, you're trying to be like, I don't know, what would you call it? Like, I don't even know what to call it, but overly religious or something. But that's not it. Yeshua has His ways. We're supposed to keep His ways. Read Leviticus 23. But here's the thing. Back in the old times, during the Roman times, and Constantine and stuff, Constantine, many people will say, yes, he was a Christian, and he was. But here's the thing. He did not want to do away with his paganism, his sun god worship. So he mixed that in with Christianity, and for some reason, God has not allowed that to completely be stopped. Maybe because at the end, in the end times, it's going to be exposed, like I'm exposing it now. You have to do away with this stuff. It blocks you from seeing God fully moving in your life. It says you cannot serve two masters. Either you will love one and hate the other. You cannot serve both God and money. And that is the truth. You're either serving money and you're worried about money all the time, or you're worried about the things of God, but you can't be worried about both and serve Him. And what I mean by that is either your focus is on buying more things in this world and doing the things that this world offers, like the holidays, or like I've done recently, you're focused on the Sabbath, which starts every Friday night to Saturday night. Or, depending on where you live, you're focused on that seventh day of rest, and you're focused on keeping it holy. And there's many videos that will show you how to do that. It'll show you how to take time out of your week and to acknowledge Lord, Yahweh, or not Yahweh, but Elohim. It'll show you how to do that. And by doing that, with all your family there and keeping His feast, you're saying, Elohim, Yeshua, Jesus, we respect you. Because you are over us, and you are King of the universe. You are, the Almighty, and you have power. And so I just urge you, if you're in a Christian church, Stop depending on men for answers and start depending on God, because He will give you everything you need. Yeshua said you have no need for any man to teach you. You have one teacher, and that is Yeshua Mashiach. You don't need all of this doctrine that was brought up by men. You don't need it. I used to think that I needed it. I tried for 7 years to try to join the ministry, but that was not God's calling in my life. His calling was not to follow the ways of men, but it was to follow Him 100% and to have Him teach me. And everything I'm telling you is from what He has led me to, what He has taught me. But even with me, I ask you to search the scriptures, search it out, and you will find that this is the truth. So I just ask you to start seeking Him, bowing down to Him. If you're having strife in your home, get some olive oil and anoint your whole house. Put it on the walls, over the door, the front door. Command, you have authority in Yeshua. Command anything to leave that does not belong in your house. Any evil spirit that does not belong in your house. Ever since I've done that, the whole atmosphere in my home has changed. The strife has left. Peace has come. I've been able to hear from Elohim more clearly, from Yeshua more clearly, and from the Father more clearly. So this is a lot of good advice. I know it's not your typical, teaching, but it's from Yeshua, who taught me. So I just pray that you have a blessed day. I got to go feed my baby. But just hang in there, stay close to Yeshua, and turn away from the things of this world, because this world is Yeshua's enemy, and you don't want to be his enemy. Bye.